The pinnacle of sports car racing returns once again as we come to the home of sports car racing in the US, at least one of the homes, out here at Sebring International Raceway here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to MotorMouth Broadcasting and welcome to the High Point Racing IMSA Championship for round 3 of this season. Hamish Runner here with you alongside Jim Cunningham. Jim, we're back at Sebring once again. We know how it went last time, but I think from what we've seen this season early on, we're going to be in for an absolute cracker here this evening. Whether they're going to make it to the start-finish line or not prior to the race starting is still a question yet to be answered. But from what we've seen over the first few races, this is going to be a hotly contested race tonight. This is not going to be easily won for anyone out there. And it's going to come down to good strategy, a bit of good luck as well. We know the safety cars have had a part to play in determining who's been in contention for these races thus far across Road Atlanta and Daytona. But tonight at Sebring, this is going to be a wild affair, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, it's good to be here with you again. Of course, it's great to be at Sebring. I'd completely forgotten about that the last race here at the beginning of last season. Yeah, that was a hot mess. For those of you that weren't here or don't know, we basically had an LMP2 crash coming out of Sunset Bend, going into the final straightaway to take the green flag. And then back, I don't know, several corners, we had a GT3 crash as well. So all pre-green flag. And we also had a GTP car spin and take out another one as well. So,
yep. We started that race with 20 minutes of yellow flag running.
We did.
So, but I think from what we've seen thus far this season, we're likely not going to see that very early on in the race. I think the likelihood, though, obviously, of the yellow flag being thrown is still quite high. I think we are going to see a safety car at some point tonight, Jim. It's dependent on when it's going to be. I would argue maybe around about the halfway point of the race, because this is a tough track. It's a track in which it offers big challenges to drivers, and we'll run through it when we eventually get to the track map at the warm-up session. But it's a track that obviously is well known for sports car racing, known for the Sebring 12-hour, known for the 1,200 kilometers of Sebring as well. It's really rough. It's a really rough circuit. There's no elevation changes to speak of, but it is incredibly bumpy. The different composite of the track surface of the tarmac and concrete composite, and then the concrete as well, it destroys tires.
Yes.
And we'll often see drivers who make early mistakes like locking brakes or having a slide. They're often the ones that come out worse later in the race because they have burnt out their tires so hard so early. So a side of caution is often referred to for the drivers and is preferred for drivers as well, because they want to be able to hold on to those tires as long as possible and keep them at a high enough capacity that they can attack later in the race and really battle for position, especially if it's for a race winning position as well.
Well, I think that, and it's really a catch-22 here because, this is IMSA racing, but it's a 1 hour race. So relatively speaking, in the terms of IMSA, this is a sprint race. And so it's really hard to protect your stuff too much in a sprint race because it can get away from you. But yet, it's the normal races you see here are, obviously here it's a 12-hour race, but across iRacing, Sebring is arguably one of the most popular tracks across the board, for road racing.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, it's going to be tough here because you really got to push to stay up front. And, so it's an interesting combo. I mean, I think it's possible we could even see somebody take tires on pit stops, even in the GTP cars, it's
sure.
brutal. It's brutal on tires for sure.
If there's a yellow flag pit stop, I think we're highly likely going to see tires get taken. If it's under yellow flag conditions, because you can give up the time.
Yeah.
If it's a green flag stop, I don't think we see anyone take the risk, at least anyone who's in contention for the race win. But yellow flag and they're taking pit stops, they're going to take tires. If there is a late yellow flag after a long green run, I guarantee you someone comes in just to take tires, Jim, because it is going to be such a big benefit to have fresh rubber on these cars later in the race that if you get the free chance to come into pit lane, you're going to take it because you're not going to give up too much time whilst the other cars trundle around, behind the pace car. Qualifying at the moment is just finishing up. Let's have a quick look at the championship standings, starting it out with the GTPs, of course.
Yep.
The championship's been highly contested at the moment. Right now, it is Kane Crawford who leads the way on 630 points. Carlos Ruiz, P2. Mike Ninney Jr. in P3. Then we get Wig Santiago, Tim Keane back in the top 5. Kenneth Culloden, Faraz Ibrahim ahead of Nathan Biggett. Owen, Aaron Lewis, and David Dumont makes up the 11 cars currently in the standings. Jacob Crawford's making his debut here tonight into the GTP class. So he'll get added to that list once he finishes out the race and takes home some points. In towards the LMP2s as well. This is slightly less close because unfortunately last week we only had 2 LMP2 cars out there in Daniel Nance and John Esparta. So they've now separated a bit of a lead back to Jason Blaine, Michael Smith, Javier Lopez, Nicholas Bayman, and Edward Delano as well. But right now it is between Nance and Esparta to battle it out for the championship. But Blaine and Michael Gallen are in the field here this evening as well. To the GTD Pros, we look to Jacob Gruber, who took one hell of a race win last week out of Daytona. He leads Avery Hart and to Sean Green in the top 3 of that championship. Donald Powell, Lucia Tosi for the top 5. Daniel Pino has had a real struggle on the start of this season. Started out in a different car, moved to the AMG last week at Daytona, but he's in real struggle street. Last week he found the immovable tyre barrier off the exit of the bus stop chicane. And completely destroyed that car. He's on bad luck streak. He'll be hoping to find some good luck here tonight at Sebring. Jared McKee, Brennan Smith, Zach Glidden, and then Alex Velasco make up the top 10 of the GTD Pros. And then we move over to the Pro-Ams, and we will see that currently leading the GTD Pro-Am field is Jason Lepan, ahead of John Weinrich and Sean Connors for the top 3. Trevor Thomas, Liam Hubble for the top 5. Drew Halloran, Christian Ruiz, Tyler Hammond, Cameron DeMonk, and Chase Eisenberg makes up the back of that field. Chase and Cameron yet to score points this season. It's currently only 10 points separating the leaders, Jason Lepan and John Weinrich at the moment. So it's a tight race for GTD honours in the Pro-Am class at the moment. But we're going to give you, as qualifying is just coming to an end, Tim Keane and Mike Ninney is just finishing out his qualifying at the moment. We'll have a quick look at the wonderful place that is Sebring International Circuit, of course, based out of Florida. It is clear, sunny skies today as we prepare to go racing around the former Air Force Base out here in Sebring. It is bumpy as all hell, as we mentioned. It's flat as all hell. It's going to come down to tenacity and patience. Turn 1, early overtaking opportunity. It's a zone where we can see drivers go side by side. We can also see them absolutely make a meal of it off the exit of 1. But if you can't get the job done there, you want to maximize the run up towards turn 2 and into the braking zone of turn 3. Then the run up through 4 and 5. We often see cars going side by side through here, making mistakes and ending up into the sand trap on the exit of turn 5. It's in the long run around turn 6 where you're trying just to tuck up right behind the car ahead of you and set yourself up for a big dive down in towards the tightening turn 7 where we often see drivers getting loose and losing the rear end. They'll have to be cautious as they run around that corner here tonight. Up through the S's and through turn 8 and turn 9 where it's a fast-paced section and you're trying to find some pace out of 7 to set yourself up for a move down at turn 10. Under brakes through there. It's a good spot up the inside as well. But again, we can see drivers running wide, catching the sand and ending up back on the circuit as well. Then around through turn 11 and through turn 12, the switchbacks. It's a really tough little section, but you're just dancing the car through it up to the braking zone of 13 and then down towards turn 14 at the kink as well. This section though, as you run up through turn 15, which also known as the chicane of death, up through 15 and the non-numbered 16, the Lemoore hairpin at turn 16 as well. So that little section there, 15 and 16, that's going to be a hotly contested zone here tonight. We'll often see drivers ending up in the wall, but it's then the long run down towards Sunset Boulevard at turn 17 at the very end of the back straight, where we saw that infamous moment last time out at this circuit. Drivers trying to get through this corner. You can see moves down the inside, but you'll often see drivers being forced to the outside. They then run wide and end up in the wall. It's not a very good time for them. Pit entry going to be key tonight. Pit exit's going to be a contested one as well because they're going to be rejoining right onto the racing line. It's a tough track. It's a long track. It's a tough lap, and it's a long lap as well. And as mentioned, there is no elevation changes. It is bumpy. It is just raw, and it is a really, really tough place to come racing These drivers are not going to have it easy tonight, Jim, and it is going to be one hell of an affair as we go racing around Sebring.
Yeah, it's Sebring is a tough track. Let's see if we can maybe catch an onboard ride here with Nathan as he gets around the circuit. Yeah, it's this is a tough place, man. It's by the way, you didn't mention that turn 10 is named Cunningham Corner, by the way.
I thought I'd leave that one up to you, Jim.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I thought that one there was your provocative based on your name alone.
Well, I can't argue with you there. So there was your turn of death right there, which I think you've named it that. I don't know that anyone else calls it that.
Nah, colloquially, the curb of death is called the curb of death because drivers will catch it as they run through and it will turn the rear end around and they'll end up
By
in
the
wall.
way, this area here is called Sunset Bend, not Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset Bend.
You were on on the wrong
it's
coast.
A boulevard of, well, last time we were here, Jim, it was a boulevard of broken dreams.
Well,
so maybe I'm just putting two and two together.
It was a boulevard of broken dreams. That
Definitely
is
a green
true.
day today, Jim. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
now that September has ended.
There you go. Now you're on a roll.
Man, I'm just an American idiot, Jim.
All right, keep going. You're doing great.
But I mean,
apparently you're a Green Day fan. Who knew?
Oh, that's about all I know.
Okay.
I'll be honest
There you
with
go.
you. But you can just see the different compounds that this circuit is made up of on the surface, and just how bumpy it is as well on the onboard. Like,
yeah, I mean,
this track is full of bumps, and it's full of slippery.
You got some concrete out here that's 80 years old or more. This was a
right.
World War II. This was a World War II airport. This was built during World War II. So you're talking, 80 plus years that some of this concrete's been there, and
it's not been resurfaced. The only sections that have really been resurfaced are the spots where they've tarmacked over concrete, or they've laid fresh tarmac in sections that they've had to create the race circuit out of. But the majority of it is built up of that, as you mentioned, that concrete or that tarmac concrete composite, which is incredibly slippery. Even in the dry conditions, it is incredibly slippery. And, old tires, if there's lack of rubber on the track as well, you try and go offline. It is a really, really tough place to go racing. It is unforgiving. It will not forgive you for the slightest of mistakes.
That is correct. So, I know I've mentioned this to you before as we start about get ready to grid up here. Sebring was the very first sports car race I ever went to. 12 Hours of Sebring, way back in, 89, something like that. This was the first sports car race I ever got to experience, and it was a hell of a party.
Well, what a sports car race it is to experience, and we're about to experience it all over again in the High Point Racing IMSA Championship as we get ready to go racing. Nathan Biggett has lined up on pole position here this evening, ahead of Kane Crawford and Tim Keane in behind him. And then it will be Kenneth Clodd and Jacob Cotterman in behind them, with Mike Nitty joining the third row with Jacob. Carlos Ruiz, Faraz Ibrahim in behind them, with Wig Santiago and David Dumont making up the top 10. Daniel Nans will start pole for the LMP2s alongside Jason Blaine on the front row, with John Esparta and Michael Gallant in behind. We then have Avery Hart, Daniel Pino on the front row of the GTDs. They'll start, of course, front row for the pros as well, ahead of Sean Green and Luki Atosi. Chase Eisenberg takes the pole for the Pro-Am, yet to score a point this season. We'll see if he scores one tonight. He starts alongside the championship leader for the Pro-Ams, Jason Lepan. John Weinrich hunting down that P1 position, only 10 points behind Jason at the moment in the championship. He will be rocking and rolling right behind him off the grid. Jacob Gruber in behind them, with Liam Hubble and Sean Connors for the top 24 cars, as we then look back to Donald Powell, Chris Coy and Tyler Hammond for the 27 cars that will go racing here at Sebring this evening. We get ready for the rolling start, and there must be some iRacing server issues, Jim, because there were a couple of issues last night that I experienced in another league, and this morning we've just had a couple of blinks from a couple of drivers as well. So hopefully those issues are sorted, within the next week, whether it's a hot fix or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. Pardon me. I had experienced the same thing today, and I went back and double checked, and my I wasn't dropping signal myself, so it was clearly something going on with iRacing, but it was causing some full blink outs, like, where all the cars would disappear. And then some were just individual cars blinking out, but more than normal. Yeah. So I experienced that myself yesterday and then again today as well. So yeah, it's something going on, but that's, that from time to time that happens. I think with, as they run through these different upgrades and stuff, it triggers things and they sort it out quick enough. I mean, they're pretty good about that, really.
Jim, before we get started on this race, can we go to the double view? Because I think we have to shout out Chris Coy for this, because somehow he has not even made it to turn 1.
Oh my goodness. Really?
And I feel like we need to highlight this moment because it is just so amazing that this has happened to Chris. He's getting his tires warmed up and then boop, straight in the wall. So poor Chris has put that car straight in the barrier and he's towed back to pit. So he'll start from pit lane in this race. So if you're wondering where Chris Coy's gone, that's where he's gone. He's gone back to the pit lane. There he is down there in his pit box. So that's fine. That's all I wanted to show. We can go back to the big screen now.
All righty then. Okay. Yeah,
I wanted to figure it out initially. I'm like, well, has he just pulled over and towed back for a technical issue? Well, no, he pulled into the wall.
Yeah, well, that's pulling over. I mean, I saw that he crashed, but I just assumed that he slowed down or stopped or to fix something or, whatever. I didn't actually think he really.
I'm noticing as well, Jacob Gruber has just jumped to pits constantly. I think he might have the ping flag, and that has just dumped him straight back to pit lane. So he will miss the race start until he gets that sorted out for himself.
Yeah, that does look like that. Yes. All right. Well, we are.
That's a shame for Jacob. Whether that's an internet issue or a processing issue of iRacing for the server, I'm not sure. The LMP2s will start the race behind the GTPs, of course, as normal. It does mean now that Tashawn Green has taken the lead of the GTDs before the race start. Daniel Pino, Avery Hart are both starting from pit lane. So something's happened with those guys, whether they've missed the race start, I'm not 100% sure. They're both in pit lane. Michael Galland in pit lane. Chris Coy's in pit lane. Jacob Gruber, David Dumont, Tyler Hammond, all in pit lane. So it's a slightly smaller grid for the race start. The GTPs will get us underway. Nathan Biggett, Kane Crawford on the front row. BMW M2 safety car into pit lane. And Sebring welcomes us back for sports car racing as the lights are out and green flag flies once again for High Point. Side by side at turn 1, Crawford and Biggett already going for it in towards the initial turn in. Tim Keen's right there as well as he battles away with them. LMP2's about to get their race started as well. There's been an issue for Daniel Neds off the final corner. He hasn't put it in the wall, but he definitely had a slide. GTDs are going to with Tashawn Green leading that battle. But Nathan Biggett has started off well in the GTPs. He leads them down towards turn 7. Crawford still hot on his heels. Keen's dropped a couple of spots. And there's side-by-side action with Ruiz and Cotterman battling for position down towards turn 7.
Yeah, we're off to a good start here. I mean, relatively clean so far. Not too much going on. Ruiz is up a couple of spots. Cotterman's back one. Everybody else kind of staying put. Wig Santiago's up a couple of spots. But overall in GTPs, good clean start. And it's good to see Nathan out front. Let's see, what he needs is he just needs the ability to log some laps and get some time in this car running up front.
Well, seat time is going to be his benefits, and, well, he could definitely use with a Casio built seat at the moment because that's going to give him as much time as possible. GTD's battling away at the moment. Sean Green leads that pack with Luke Iotosi in behind him, Donald Powell as well. Chase Eisenberg, Liam Harbull, currently the top 5 of the GTD class. Eisenberg is leading the way for that class at the moment. Weinreich and LePan have dropped a couple of spots off their race start at the moment, but we can see that Crawford is putting all sorts of pressure on Keen here. This is the battle for P1 and the GTPs. The GTD leaders are battling as well with the pros of Green and Tosi away here. Blaine has got John Esparta hot on his heels in the LMP2 class too. So they're all fighting for hotly contested waters at the moment, and it's starting to get to boiling point. And we're only on lap 2 of this race.
Yeah, heck, at this point, the tires are barely getting warmed up, really. We're just really fixing to start racing here, I think, at this point. Certainly some people have been taking it easy, making sure their tires came up to temperature.
Now, Jim, we've had some claims early after our little Green Day moment there from round in the chat that I'm a real basket case, apparently. So there's another one for you.
She would know. Oh, there's that.
Yeah, she would. She would know. She would know properly.
So this is Carlos and Cotterman back here, I believe. Or is this, no, that's Wig. Oh, they're all three there.
Yeah.
It's a good battle.
Three-way battle.
Look at Wig Santiago taking it up the inside there, but he overshot the turn. Carlos with the switchback right on him. Carlos saw that one coming a mile away.
He'll be dreading that braking zone going forward. Real hairy situation for Wig Santiago there.
Here we go. Oh, come on, man. You can't use it. You got to come up with some new hair jokes, okay? You cannot use the same hair jokes week in and week out.
I mean, new hair is technically classified as a wig or a toupee. So,
or Rogaine.
Yeah, Rogaine as well. Jacob Cotterman is out there with us once again. Got his camera working for us too, which is good to see from Jacob.
He does indeed.
I'm actually quite surprised. Jacob in practice and qualifying
was fast.
Looks better in the GTP than he did TD last season.
He does, yeah. I agree. I'm not gonna lie to you, where he qualified and the way he was running in practice, I was surprised. But he made huge strides as that season went on last year. Where he started to where he ended up. But this is a different animal. More power to him. I absolutely wish him the best. He's a good kid, and he's obviously very active in sports, baseball, golf, and all those things. And it's hard to be a good sim racer and do all that stuff at the same time. But, driving one of these GTP cars is a lot tougher than driving a GT3 or GTD car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. It is a tough ball game to play. You're either going to end up in the bunker or you could get yourself a hole-in-one if you really gel well with the car. That's what Jacob will be hoping for here this evening as they run up down towards turn 8 and turn 9 once again. We can just see that pressure's starting to build now. We can see as well Liam Hubbull starting to put pressure here on Chase Eisenberg. He's got Michael Gallen trying to chase them down in the LMP2 car. Avery Hart and Daniel Pino are on track now as well, Jim. They started from pit lane, as we mentioned. They are still on the lead lap, which is good to see. As Faraz Ibrahim has gone off the track, he's just traversed back on again. That's not going to be a good start for him, though. A little bit of debris back on the road. That could cause some dramas later in the race, especially if it becomes a regular issue for cars running off track there, because it's going to mean more and more of the sand being dragged onto the concrete. And while you put sand and concrete together, it makes glass. And what does glass do? It slides.
Is sand and concrete make glass? Probably. That's a bit of a reach. I'll give you that it's slippery. Yes.
Well, I mean, you turn sand into glass, and concrete can get hot when it's such a sunny day.
Yes. So yes. If you want to make that stretch, yes, that's a long one.
A glass cooker is made of concrete.
Yes. I guess it is. Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. So, for a long roundabout, we got there in the end.
Yeah, that was rough. you could see.
As we run on board, Jacob Cotterman. Chase Eisenberg has just gone off at the curb of death, and the Porsche has been.
Oh my God!
That is quite possibly one of the worst rejoins I've ever seen in my life.
Hold
Jim.
on. Let me pull that replay back up. I'm going to get that guy. That one's definitely going to get clipped this week. Hold on, I'm going to go single screen on this. We're going to clip that one for sure.
That there was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, my God.
Jason LePan had nowhere to go.
No, that was insane.
So, Chase has come through, caught the curb, round he's gone. He's only just tapped the wall, and then no checking of the relative whatsoever. Just backs it straight out in the way of the Aston Martin and makes heavy contact on the curb. That has got to be one of the worst rejoins I've ever seen, Jim.
I can't lie. That's pretty bad. I would go as
When we head back to
yeah.
when we head back to live, we'll see he's now parked up in pit lane. Obviously, had to tow back to pits, so he is waiting in the wings at the moment. Man, that there was that was bad.
Yeah, really, really bad. I tell you what, all this battling up here with Ruiz and Cotterman and Mike Nitti has done pulled himself up into the fray here, and Weeks Santiago's kind of pulled off and left him a little bit.
He has a little bit. He has
Pulled
started
off,
to pull away. Yeah, he's pulled.
Okay. I had to explain it. That makes it not near as funny, but it was to me anyway.
Toupee, Jim, toupee.
That's touche, but yes, I get you.
No, I know. That was the point of the joke.
I know. I got it. I was explaining it just in case. Let's pop back up here up front real quick. These two are still hard at it. What's surprising to me is they put 11 seconds on Tim Keene here, which is quite shocking to me, but I got a feeling, at this point in time, Tim Keene could be playing chess, and they might still be playing checkers up front. Who knows? We'll see.
I think Keene is thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead at the moment. He is saving tires, he is saving fuel, and he's saving his car. He's got 0.3 or 0.4 of a second to Wig Santiago just ahead of him. I think Tim is playing the long game here. He's playing the long and slow game, because he knows that he could save some fuel, he can save some tires, and he will be in a much better position later in the race if he doesn't burn out these tires.
If he can, that's right.
Them in the pit stop.
That's right. If he doesn't have to take tires in the pit stop, he just picks himself up 15 or 20 seconds right there. So,
but the other issue then we get to is we are 8-9 minutes into this race.
Right.
By the time we get to pit stops, Jim, if Biggett and Crawford have built a 20-second lead, they can take tires for free.
True. But we'll see. I mean, again, it's a long race, man. There's going to more than likely, at the rate we're seeing incidents rack up, I am looking at in my scoring thing over here, off tracks are just galore. They're everywhere. We've had a fair share of a few wrecks along the way. And as we know that the way this league's caution flags are thrown, it's thrown by incident points. So at some point in this race, I got a feeling we're going to hit that limit and we're going to get an incident caution. And when we do, that's going to change everything, So
it will, and especially if a driver is committed to a green flag stop and other drivers are able to take a yellow flag pit stop, they're going to be in the much bigger benefit than those drivers who have taken the green stop. So, drivers who are saving fuel are able to go that little bit longer in the hopes that a caution is thrown. They're going to be in a much, much better position going forward than those who are burning a lot more fuel and a lot more tires.
I mean, again, if everybody takes tires, that won't matter. But the fuel and the amount of time you spend, well, I guess that gets negated by the tires, though. So it remains to be seen. But Tim Keene is dropping back. Santiago has passed him, and Culloden is caught him. Does he have a problem? Because there's saving, and then there's getting too far back.
Yeah, because he's never going to save enough to do a no.
No,
it's never going to happen.
No. We could have 2 cautions, and that's not going to happen. I mean, Jacob Cotterman is right behind him. Carlos Ruiz is right behind him.
I got to say, Avery Hart and Daniel Pino are on an absolute tear right now. They've both just come past Liam Habul in one corner. As Donald Powell's car is crabbing heavily off of turn 1, Jim. That car is completely and utterly wrecked. How has this happened to Donald down at turn 1?
Well, it's easy to do at turn 1.
The rear end's already gone.
Oh, yeah.
The rear end was already gone.
That's easy to do right there. I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got a lot of laps around here, and I've probably backed it into that wall as many as any wall on this track. So
he'd actually done it the lap prior as well. That's what took off the rear end, and so then he's come back around on the next lap without the rear end on that car. Lack of aero. I know. He thought I didn't hit the wall hard enough, so let's hit the wall again.
They didn't show me on camera for the first one. I'm gonna get it this time though. Hang on. Yeah, man, Jacob Cotterman just got by Tim Keene. Carlos Ruiz is within 0.3 of a second of him. Mike Nitti is 4 more seconds back from that. What is going on here? Look,
yeah, something's wrong with Tim's car.
Tim Keene may try to save a little here and there, but his style is pretty aggressive. And Carlos Ruiz just got by.
He's letting people pass.
Yeah, he's letting it by. Unless he is playing a different game of chess than you and I know about.
I mean, there's playing chess, and then there's playing, then there's counting cards.
He might be playing 4D chess. Who knows? I don't know.
Are we? I guarantee you, Tim is not on the same page of everyone else in the field. But is he reading a completely different book at this point, Jim? I mean,
I don't know.
He's not even defending that hard. Like, he's letting Mike pass him right now.
Oh yeah. No, he even went way out wide to let Mike by. No problem.
Is he in survival mode of something? Like, has he got a tech issue on his PC? Has he got a car issue? Is the setup not optimal? Did he not put an optimal setup on the car and has realized that it's like, we're just going to try and get something out of this race?
I don't think you qualify where he qualifies and the setup be that far off.
Well, he might have changed it. He might have had a qualifying setup and then a race setup. So
maybe.
Has he applied the wrong race setup?
What did he apply?
I don't know.
Bathurst?
I mean,
I
don't know why you'd have a GTP setup for Bathurst.
It was a joke, but still, yeah.
No, I know, but like.
I saw Pino flying up there.
It's just odd.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on. I don't know. As the GTP leaders start to pass some of these. Some of the GTD cars now at the back of the field. Nathan and Kane. It's like, man, we can't ever get our 3-car battle up here. There's always one of them that kind of falls off the pace, of the 3.
Yeah, there's always one. I mean, maybe next week at Silverstone in the wet, we'll get a battle between them.
Well,
maybe Watkins.
I mean, all 3 of them are fantastic wet drivers, so maybe
they quite possibly could have been.
I wonder if Keene is having some kind of electronic issue with whatever iRacing has been doing.
I don't know.
It's just weird to me. I just don't see him.
It is one of the.
I would think you could stick any setup in the world in that car, and he'd be faster than he is right now. I don't think it's about setup.
I don't know.
That dude could drive the wheels off that car. If the setup ain't right, he still wouldn't. Some of these guys still wouldn't be getting past him.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be dropping that much. Like, he is 16 seconds off of. Is he 16 seconds off of the next car?
No.
Surely
he
not.
is 26 seconds off the lead car right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that is whack.
No, he is 26 seconds off of the lead car.
We see now that Daniel Pino is now up into P2 because Avery Hart and Lucia Tosi have had an incident together in their battle for GTD glory. It was down in towards turn 7. Avery just get a little bit too tight there, and the Porsches have a bit of a coming together.
Did they, or did he? Did that guy?
No, he did. He made contact. We can show you again at a better angle.
No, this is a good
angle.
He
comes in, and Avery has just.
Oh yeah, he punted him.
He's just punted him.
And the thing was, he went off track and punted him too. It wasn't like he was even on track.
No. As Jason LePan has had another incident with that Aston Martin. Obviously, he had the incident earlier on that was not his fault, and he's just struggling out there right now. This is what happened.
Well,
the Aston Martin.
I'm gonna tell you,
slow slide.
I do several other GT3 series, and in every GT3 series that I've covered, it is widely talked about that the Aston Martin is undrivable right now.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fixed.
No, I'm sure. But right now, currently, the Aston Martin is so insanely tail happy, it is undrivable.
Maybe that sounds like people need to try and set up around that, Jim. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'm talking about really, really, really good drivers. I'm talking about aliens that are struggling.
Okay.
You know, I think the car's got something seriously wrong with it right now, and they haven't. Jacob just had a big. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's driving a GTP with no ABS right there. You know, sometimes it's so easy to do that.
Yeah, Jacob came into that corner after driving the GT3 car.
Yeah, right.
And was like, "What is brakes?"
Yeah, well, big difference for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, at this point, I'm very fortunate. I have active pedals, and so I have them set up to where they tell me the second I start to even hint at a lockup. You know, and so I actually prefer driving cars that don't have ABS because it gives me an advantage. You know, because of those pedals, but. Man, I tell you what, it's hard to sense those lockups before it happens in these cars because it happens so fast.
Daniel Nance had the slightest of spins off of the final corner. Oh. And then Chris Coy has had a similar incident. After he got past Daniel, he's just gone right around down at turn 3. So, real struggle street out there at the moment, Jim.
Yep.
Can we have a look at what's the track temp at the moment? Because I wonder if it's hot, that's going to have a big factor on this race as well. If it is hot weather conditions, we might have to get a full screen to see it. So
it's
79 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all for Florida. No.
That's actually probably prime conditions at the moment. That's
as good as you can hope for at Sebring, to be honest with you, because
that's probably like Sebring, 26 degrees centigrade. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. 80 degrees. Yeah, that's as good as you could ask for at Sebring.
Oh, Michael Ray Gallen has been in the wars tonight, Jim. He's now back in pit lane. He has been struggling to get through the GTD field, and it has only gotten from bad to worse now. So as he came down towards turn 1 in that LMP2 car, he's just looped that thing round. He avoided the GTD car, so he did the gentlemanly thing. He could have destroyed the GTD, but no, he decided to destroy his own car instead.
Oh, Jacob's around.
Oh, no.
Yep, Jacob.
It's not good for Jacob.
Yeah, that's they were
having a really good run.
Well,
tonight.
I'm not sure. I looked away. I was about to go in car with Mike Nitty here because they were battling so tight, and I looked away and did not see what happened. Let's see. Oh no, both of them. They just okay. All right. Well. All right. That's good.
Aiden Kiley in the chat with us tonight. How's it going, MotorMouth?
Is he? I gotta shrink my thing down. I can't see the bottom. Yeah, Aiden. He popped in the other night and was chatting with me during that crazy street stock race I was telling you about before we went on air that I did, and good to see him in here. I wish Aiden raced over here.
Oh, it'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be good if he was in this series as well.
Yeah.
Get him out on track.
Yep. So poor Jacob there. That's unfortunate. That kind of split our little GTP battle up. We had a good little battle going. Nathan Biggert has pulled about almost 2 seconds on Kane Crawford so far. Finally, they've separated, and I still not sure what's going on with Tim Keene. He is now 45 seconds behind the leader. So he's dropped another 20 seconds.
Well, he had a minor off track earlier, but he was straight back on the road again, so it was like a wide berth. So unless, which I'm not sure if we're on.
So much I'm not going to say about that.
Live, we'll be able to see where he truly is. But is he maybe hoping for the yellow flag to come out? Like, is that what he's waiting on? Like he's saving tires enough that he can.
Let me see something here. I'm having a little issue. It's not wanting to go back to live, but I think it is live, but it's just not showing me the graphic. Does it look live from your perspective on mine?
Let me have a look. Yeah, Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's just the software is not wanting to show itself right now.
Okay, just reload it then.
Yep, I will. So,
Aiden in the chat with us as well. That $1
here.
per incident would have bankrupted me on IMSA last night. I'm planning on moving to IMSA at some point, but I enjoy the GT4s enough for now. I don't know if I'm good enough to move up yet. Oh, Aiden, give yourself some credit. The GT3s are not too much harder to drive than the GT4s.
No, actually,
the GT4s are actually harder to drive.
I would absolutely argue that. Absolutely would argue that. Plus, I think he drives anyway. I think he does GT3 racing with in some of the endurance stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, what we've got at the moment is some great battling amongst that GTD field. Avery Hart to Sean Green, Daniel Pino. So here's our three-way battle we wanted, Jim. But unfortunately, for what we wanted, it was for the GTP class. We're getting it for the GTDs.
I'm okay with that too now. I mean,
well, the top three drivers in the GTD Pro class battling away here. No offense to Jacob Gruber, but he is having internet issues to the absolute end tonight. And if Daniel hadn't had such a poor run in the first 2 rounds, he would have been right up there with them. So, but these three are looking for a hotly contested battle as we're at the 23-minute mark of this race. We're nearly at the halfway point. We're nearly at pit stop territory. Sean Connors is into pit lane. So I'd say we're right on the brink of seeing some pit stops happening. There's a GTP car approaching these guys. That there, I believe, is Faraz Ibrahim, who's just trying to traverse through these guys. So it's a tightly contested battle, and it's our closest battle on the whole circuit.
Yeah, that's that's a good battle. I mean, you got Green, Pino, and Hart. I mean, that's a quality battle, no matter where no matter where you're at.
That GTP of Ibrahim is starting just to put a little bit of a buffer between them. But Pino is hot on the heels of Tashawn as they battle away through the Lamont corner and onto the back straight.
They've certainly got a lot of history between each other, so.
Oh, they do. Remember the contact they made last season?
Long Beach.
Out at Laguna Seca.
Was it Laguna Seca? I thought it was Long Beach.
Yeah, it was Laguna Seca. Now they made contact at Laguna Seca. And then Daniel gave back the win to Tashawn.
Oh, yeah, but no, before that, at Long Beach, it was the other way around. Tashawn rear-ended Pino going into the hairpin at Long Beach last year. Yeah.
Did too.
Because I wasn't.
Here comes Pino up the inside. Sorry to interrupt, Jim. Into the race lead for the GTDs. So Pino had set him up. He's got the job done, and now Tashawn is licking his wounds a little bit. Can Avery Hart make the move on him, though? We saw him make contact earlier with Luki Atosi. That took him out of the top three. And now these three guys are looking to continue this battle. Is it now the return of El Drago, Daniel Pino? Is he back to full form? As Green continues to battle away here with Avery for position down towards turn 7.
All right.
And as we continue on, it is looking the goods now for Pino as he leads this battle for GTD supremacy. We can see as well that Crawford is starting to chase down Nathan Biggett. Santiago Ruiz are into pit lane now for the GTPs. So both of those guys are now into pit lane and looking to continue their fight for position in this race. But Biggett has slowed up now. Crawford is within a second in the battle for the race lead.
Yeah, they've definitely, the traffic has hurt Biggett a little bit. Crawford has definitely gained back up.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of the big factors, of course, of sports car racing, especially here at Sebring. There's some really good zones you can catch the traffic, but there is some horrific zones you can catch them as well. You catch them in the early part of the lap and you can be stuck behind them for nearly the whole lap until the back straight if you can't find an opportunity to get past. But if you catch them on the back straight, you get past them straight away. So it's, it's a tale of two circuits, really. Of if you catch them at the wrong time, it will hurt you significantly. If you catch them at the right time, it almost helps you because it means that your competitors could catch them at a worse time than you did. There's a big wide berth through Sunset Bend for Kane Crawford. as he comes into pit road. So does Nathan Biggett. Jacob Gruber's in there as well, blinking away like a pair of eyelids. And Jason Blaine and John Esparta into pit lane too. I would say, Jim, recopy your link, close your SDK, reopen your SDK, and then reply. Yeah.
Yep, we have to try that. I've done everything else.
You see Biggett and Crawford are in. Chris Coy has had another incident, and this time it's down at the curb of death. So he gets that thing back and going again, and that there is a very good recovery from Chris Coy. Well done, Chris. Slowly pulled it back and then straight back on the road again. That was very, very good to see from him. So Biggett's about to exit pit lane. Mike Nitti Jr. is now taking the race lead, although he still needs his pit stop at some point in this race. Biggett and Crawford have remained ahead of Culloden and Cottam, and Tim Keane still needs to come through pit road as well. So that is the significant difference of pit stops here, Jim. The fact that both Crawford and Biggett were able to take their regular stop, but not lose any time to Tim Keane. That there tells you just how poor of an evening it is for him right now out at Sebring. We've got to figure it out at some point as Avery Hart down the inside now of Daniel Pino in towards Sunset Bend. When do these guys come into pit road? Tashawn Green has been in, maybe trying to undercut them a little bit as Avery is into pit lane. Daniel Pino has continued on for another lap, so he will now get released once again and into the lead of the GTD class. So we'll keep an eye on where Tashawn Green is in comparison to Avery and see who ends up the benefactor of this move. As we ride on board with Kane Crawford on the top screen as he looks to chase down Nathan Biggett for race position. This is the battle for the race lead in the GTP class. They've got a little bit of lap traffic ahead of them, so that could play a part in determining where they're able to get through. In fact, it's Liam Harbull, and they've both just bullied their way through. But Crawford has been the benefactor. He got the run, and now he wants the run for the race lead down towards Sunset Bend. Side by side down the back straight, under brakes. Crawford should get him into the next corner, and Biggett is going to have to let him have it because there's no way he can defend on the outside line when Crawford was so far up alongside him. But he's gone for the switchback, and back into the race lead goes Biggett, and Crawford's had to back out of it. Otherwise, he was going to go straight into the wall off the exit. And they continue this 1v1 now, Jim. But this is as close as it's going to get. This battle is really starting to heat up. Both drivers have been through pit lane. They took their fuel on board. They're fueled up to the very end. And this battle is really going to heat up towards the checkered flag. Because at halfway to glory, halfway to battling for supremacy, which one of them can dictate the other and how they get their positioning on the road and how they get their race win and how they get past the other car? Biggett's got the benefit right now. He's leading the pack, but the problem is, as they catch more lap traffic in this midfield, it's going to help Kane Crawford because he's going to be right behind Nathan Biggett, and if he can't get past and put a car between him and Crawford, Crawford's going to get the move done again down at Sunset Bend if he's not careful. That's exactly what Biggett needed to do. Crawford's going to have to get tasty here and try and go around the outside. He can't do it just yet. That's a little bit of gap now between him and Biggett. That has worked out very, very well for Nathan. There's a bit of contact with the LMP2 of Jason Blaine. As Hart and Tashawn battle away as well for the GTD supremacy, Pino is in pit road. And there we see the race leaders coming past them. So it's all happening on the road at Sunset Bend right now, Jim. 2 battles for 2 race leads. And Biggett has been the massive benefactor of the traffic. That has hurt Kane Crawford. He's now out to 2 seconds behind Nathan Biggett. And what a lifeline for Biggett at this stage. There's a hell of a lot of traffic out there, and the traffic is significantly spread. It's about as spread as thin as butter. It is. You have to try and push to get past every single car on track. And again, it's the midsection where you catch the traffic. You've got nowhere to get past them. You've got to hope and pray that you can do it in a fast-paced corner, because you're never going to do it under brakes, because the GTDs have got, you know, ABS and all the braking systems in the world as we finally get our timing tower back again. Good job, Jim. Oh, sort of. Oh, well, we'll see if it fixes itself. Oh, I know why. I know why. Have you got the driver hub open, Jim? That shows it on your screen. There we go. Well, as we battle away.
Dash. All right.
That's what you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use local connection, Jim.
No. Well, anyway, that's another
That's
story.
what I always use.
Well, Pascal corrected me on that, and it stopped a bunch of my issues. But anyway, we're back and resolving technical issues here. So,
Tech support 101.
Yeah, well, you know.
Tosi exits pit lane, and he exits right behind Avery Hart. Look at this.
Ooh.
From a triple threat to a fatal four-way for the race lead in the GTD class. And there's an LMP2 mixed in this as well, with Daniel Nance trying to battle away with them. So we've gone from 3 to 4, and the top 4 will look to battle away for a race lead in the pro class of the GTDs here tonight. It's great stuff. You'll love to see it. To Sean Green, Daniel Pino, Avery Hart, Lucia Tosi continue this battle as Kane Crawford continues the chase down of Nathan Biggett. And the downfall of Tim Keane is he's down 4 positions, Jim, after pit stops. I've got absolutely no idea what his strategy was.
No, it's not.
He's in P7 and he's nowhere near the race lead.
This isn't strategy. There's something wrong. Short of, I don't think it's a car problem per se. I don't think he was involved in an incident, and he certainly could have fixed it, or they would have fixed it by now. My guess is he's having some kind of equipment issue or connection issue or something like that at home, or wherever he drives from. I'm assuming it's home. That's the only thing I can think of at this point, and he's just trying to get by and get through the race, At
the moment, that John Weinrich is leading the GTD Pro-Am class as well. So he's doing a very good job out there. He's got 25 seconds over Chris Coy. It's a further.
So did I just miss Tashawn Green passing Pino, and you talked about it, or was that when I was having technical issues, or did that happen and we did not?
It was during the pit stop. So Daniel came in and he exited behind Tashawn.
Right. Yeah, I was struggling over here,
Jason Blaine at the moment as well leads the LMP2 class. He's got about 9.5 seconds back to Daniel Nance. And then it's John Esparta for that podium at the moment. Michael Gallen is still struggling out there in the LMP2s. Lucia Tosi has just dropped back a little bit behind Hart, Pino and Green. He had a slide off track, but he continues on. For the GTPs, Fraz Ibrahim is a world
somebody
behind.
Just off track.
Carlos Ruiz. That's Avery Hart.
It's Hart.
Avery Hart has gone off the road.
Yep. Wow.
So let's watch this back.
I think he just...
So what's happened to him?
I think he just looped it.
Oh, it's a Porsche thing. He caught the curb as he turned the corner. Around it went.
Yep.
That there is about as Porsche as it gets. And now Avery's having to lick his wounds. Chris Coy's back in pit lane, so that's now going to open up possible podium position for Jason Lepan to get up into P2. Liam Habul could even get up to P3 as well, now that Coy has only just dropped into the box. Fraz Ibrahim at the moment is separated a world back from Carlos Ruiz, and there's Tim Keane, as well as Jacob Cotterman, Mike Nitty, Kenneth Glodden, Wig Santiago, and then on the top screen we still have the battle for the race lead in and amongst the GTP class. Where else would you want to look though, Jim, with these two battles happening right now? They are the closest battles on track. They're the only battles on track, in fact, at the moment, and they're both for race leads and race wins possibly too. the GTP race win, and then the GTD Pro and overall win is on that bottom screen as well. I mean, looking right now because, otherwise we're looking at a single car rolling around.
Right? No, I think, this is a good battle. I mean, you usually don't think of these cars staying this close together, this late in the race. Usually you're focusing on second, third, fourth, fifth place battles. It's usually not the leaders in two classes.
That's right. Henderson Family Highlights needs to learn how to say please and thank you in his comments when he's asking things.
Oh.
So that's a little tidbit for you.
Yeah, that please and thank you does go a long way. Yeah, it does indeed. And I believe we've had that issue before with him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, he can go broadcast his own race elsewhere if he wishes to direct.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. But Sean is now under massive pressure from Daniel Pino. So Luki Otosi is about 1.4 seconds back. But as these two begin to battle, Jim, he will start to encroach back up on them and really start to put pressure on them as well. You might think of Luki, he wasn't amongst that triple threat before, but you got to remember he was taken out of it when Avery made contact earlier in the race. So now that he's back up to his full speed, he's able to really get back up onto them and put pressure onto them once again as they battle for racing position. So this is not going to be an easy race for Tashawn and Daniel, because as they battle away, Luki will get involved. And as Luki gets involved, we're back into triple threat action once again.
Right. No, yeah, you're absolutely, you're correct. I mean, I'm sure Pino, I'm wondering if Pino started from pit road just to make sure he didn't get caught up in somebody's junk.
Either that, or he was saving fuel and saving tires. Because you got to remember, Jim, to do a full warm-up lap, you use a full lap of fuel.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say, but
I think it was fuel gains. It's a smart strategy, especially if you're in the GT class. You're already at the back of the field.
Right.
You might as well just start from pit lane and save the lap of fuel, because it could be the difference maker in you race.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, it definitely could. And, he's always kind of played a fuel game anyway, as did, Nathan when he was driving in the GTD class. But, I'm not sure what game he's playing right now. He's, this is the first time we've seen Nathan. Oh, God, I thought I was fixing the commentator curse him right
Faraz
there.
Ibrahim has gone off the road.
Well, there you go.
Down at Lamar Corner.
Here.
So there's the shout out for Faraz.
Yeah, let's show Faraz.
There you go,
got
Henderson. There you go, Henderson. He's really struggling right now. Is Faraz, the Canadian out there? So hopefully he gets back into contention at some point. He's running a very nice WeatherTech livery on that car. Actually, I really like that. It's got a bit of a cracking on the side of it.
Yep, and right
he's into pit lane, so probably going to get this car fixed up a little bit, or he might decide that's night over for him at this stage of the race. But these battles for the race lead are continuing on. There are only battles left on the road at the moment. We have got, though, some close battling further back in the GTD Pro-Ams, but that's just been broken now that Lepan is into pit lane. So Weinrich, Habul, and it will then be Sean Connors on the podium for the GTD Pro-Am class. Blaine is on the podium for the LMP2s. In fact, he's in the race lead. He's just back in the pit lane. So that'll now get the race lead back to Daniel Nans as Biggett and Crawford battle for GTP honours. Big Santiago is now on the podium for that class as well. We're right on board, though, with Daniel Pino on the bottom screen. And we continue to follow the GTP battle at the top end of town. It is 18 and a half minutes left to run at Sebring International. And it is only just heating up. If they've got to come back through pit lane again, Jim, that there could be a big difference maker in this race, because we are seeing a couple of drivers having to come in.
Well, we definitely saw pit stops from our GTP leaders prior to the 30-minute mark, because they had pitted and were back out there.
Tim went to lap 17.
You think he's going to one-stop it?
For a one-stop. He's going to try and one-stop it. I think that's the strategy that Tim Keane is playing right now. He is saving
if he
fuel
wins
to
this race,
one-stop this race.
if he wins this race on a one stop and everybody else has to stop twice, I'm gonna have to find like some kind of GOAT award for him.
Like that there.
Because legitimately playing 4D chess.
Like he is legit. He's played his race incredibly smart. Now he is now, but you got to remember as well, though, Jim.
Whoa,
he's winning a crucial mark. Oh,
Kane is all over the place, man.
Yeah. He is.
That's twice he's went off.
Look at Tim. So Tim at the moment is 1 minute and 10 seconds off the race lead.
Yes.
So he's quite far back. Now, it's more than a pit stop's worth back because they're never going to give up 1 minute and 10 seconds in the pit lane traversal time.
But a minute?
But minutes is reasonable. So it might not be a race win, but it could be a podium.
Well, I would argue
probably
that
giving up a little bit too much time.
I would argue that Tim Keane would have had a podium no matter what, short of wrecking. So, So if the strategy can't win you the race, why is he doing it? Because he could have won the race. He could have won the race running full speed with these guys. I say maybe you do that if you're, no offense to Wig Santiago or Mike Nitti Jr. or Jacob Cotterman or somebody like that. If you could pull that strategy off and snatch a podium being one of those guys, okay. But if you're Bigot, Crawford or Keane, I don't see you playing for a podium. You know what I mean? Like those guys all think they can win this race. And they all can win the race.
They can. They're all in race winning position, and they're all at race winning, level of success and level of ability. Don't deny that fact at all. But you've then got to think about, well, what's the strategy? As Mike Nitti and Jacob Cotterman have just had off tracks, but they are continuing to roll. So I think they've just actually I've gotten a bit overexcited there, Jim. I think they've just ran it a little bit wide. They're still right. They're still rolling. They're still driving. So the battle continues on between them. But, we're getting into the final 15 minutes. A pit stop's going to be a factor. That is the question. Liam Hubbell's gotten himself a slowdown back in the Pro-Am class. So he should be okay. But
what's going to be the deciding factor? Who's going to tell us first that pit stops are required? The GTD cars?
Well, some of the GTDs have come in again, that being Sean Connors. I would say more so it's the GTPs, because the GTPs can never make a full hour on a regular pit stop strategy.
Okay.
With their fuel. They only ever make 50 minutes on a full tank.
Okay.
So if they're at 50%, they're only ever going to make 25 to 30 minutes. So that would then make me think, well, if they're limited to 25 minutes, then they've got to do 2 stops. GTDs.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I had to reset my software, I lost the pit information for those guys.
Luckily for you, Jim, I didn't have to reset my software, so I can tell you. Bigot was lap 15, Crawford lap 15, Santiago lap 14, Nitti lap 16, Cotterman lap 15, Keane lap 17, Culloden with 2 stops, last pitted on lap 20, Ruiz with 2 stops, last pitted on lap 16. So what that says to me is, for those one-stoppers, everyone above Kenneth Culloden has taken a one-stop. Keane is in the strongest position for fuel save. Now he's gone to lap 17 of this race.
And if he is indeed fuel saving, he's just riding around out there fuel saving. So let's calculate the laps.
So let's make an argument that he's averaging 150s on average, 150s. So how many seconds is that? It's 110 seconds. 110 times 17 divided by 60. So 31 laps, 31 minutes is what he can make to lap 17.
Okay.
He's going to go for a one-stop.
Yeah, he is going to go for a one-stop.
Because Wig Santiago is back in pit lane.
Yep, there you go.
So Wig is in.
And Wig is the one who pitted on 16 and not 15, right?
No, he pitted on 15. It was 15. Mike Nitti that pitted on 16.
Okay.
So Keane's gone 2 laps longer than anyone else.
Yep.
Cotterman's back in as well.
Yep.
So I think Tim Keane is going for a one stop, but the issue
Yeah,
now
but
is
the
he's
problem is-
over a minute and 10 seconds off the race lead, so it's not going to get him a win.
He's a minute 16 off right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, okay, is when can he cut it loose? Because as soon as he clears himself to cut it loose, because nobody doesn't seem to have taken tires.
He's got to save, what, a lap or two?
I mean,
like, if he's going to save himself a lap or two.
Well, if he went 31 minutes, then yeah,
another point though to make is though he also did the full warm up lap, so he technically did 18 laps on the tank.
Right.
So if he can do 18 laps on this run, well, he needs less time. He needs less fuel save. He only needs to save a lap compared to a full 2 laps.
So if he could cut himself loose right now and start cranking out, because he also has been saving his tires theoretically.
Yeah, he needs to crank out, like, the problem is Biggett and Crawford are cranking out 48s. He's got to crank out 47s.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
And he's got to do it now. He's got to start doing it now. He can't. He's running 51s. Like, he is in full fuel save.
Yep.
As Daniel Nans is back in as well, so we are going to get 2 pit stops as well. Dagan Mutcher in the chat saying, how do I join this? You join the High Point Racing Discord server to be able to sign up.
Yes. High Point Racing Discord. You can look around on in some of the Facebook league recruiting pages, and High Point posted a few weeks back. They were posting regularly before these seasons started. There should be plenty of posts by them. You can also go to the YouTube channel for MotorMouth Broadcasting, and under this broadcast, it should have a link to the High Point Racing Discord server.
Well, as we continue to battle away, we are within the last 15 minutes of this race. In fact, we're at 10.5 minutes away from checkered flag flying. Still on. Biggett and Crawford, 2.3 seconds separate them. Tashawn Green and Daniel Pino are separated by barely a careless whisper. And right now, they are beginning. The amount of pressure you can give, it feels like a backdoor masseuse. That's how much is getting put on them right now, because the knots are getting pulled out of their system, and they're having to find any little advantage that they can over their competitors. For Deshaun, he's in max defense mode. This is now the best zone of the circuit he can defend, the mid portion, turn 7 down towards turn 15. And for Pino, he's now going to play the waiting game of maximizing the corner exit at 15, Jim, to set himself up at Sunset Bend to get the move done into the final corner.
So I got well, first of all, your microphone cut out there. So when you came back talking about a masseuse, and the knots being pulled out, my mind went all kinds of weird places, but we won't get into that right now. But
sorry.
Yes, it was terrible. So anyway, I'm looking here. I'm just studying on some things here, assuming that these guys are going to have to pit again. Carlos Ruiz pitted, and he's pitted twice. He had an incident, I think. So, but anyway, he's a minute 27 behind the leaders right now. So that makes him 7 seconds behind Tim Keane, and he has pitted. And currently, Carlos is running. Well, Tim Keane just has stepped it up in the last couple of laps. His last lap was a 1:49. So, but I agree. To
give you the other perspective is, Jim, Wig Santiago has done his second stop, and he's come out ahead of Tim.
Yes.
So all of this fuel saving to do a one-stop strategy has worked out negatively for Tim Keane.
Yeah.
It's worked out for nothing.
I have to say, based on what I know about Tim Keane, I don't see him as being a fuel save kind of guy. Oh, no.
Well, in fact, he's just gone off the road
and
into the wall.
Right into the wall.
So I wonder, Jim, is Tim maybe ill today? Is there something wrong with Tim today? Like, he's just struggling. Oh my God, Nathan Biggett! Nathan Biggett out of the race lead has thrown it away once again. Nathan Biggett has thrown away a race win again in the GTP class.
Let's see. Here it is. Just, it looked like a situation where, goodness. It looked like a situation where he maybe, as the car got lighter on fuel, he didn't adjust his brake bias and the car snapped around on him under braking, and he was slightly turning and braking there, and the car snapped around on him. As these things get really light on fuel, you've got to adjust your brake bias so they don't do that to you.
When we head back to live, we'll see he's about 4 seconds now away from Kane Crawford at the front of the field. So that has pretty much thrown away the opportunity at a race win for Nathan Biggett with only 7 minutes to go. I don't see him chasing down Kane and taking the race lead as well.
So these two guys are not going to have to pit?
I don't know. I mean, even if they have to pit,
Aiden
he's
Kelly,
still not going to pit
wrong.
him. No, he's not even in a Mustang.
That's wrong.
No. Aiden's asking if it's a network issue for Tim. I don't think it's a network issue because he's been driving incredibly off pace tonight. He has not been his usual self. My argument is I think he might be ill and he's just trying to make the end of the race, Jim. That's the only thing I could see.
I don't know.
Well, battle for the GTD lead is still on as Pino and Tashawn Green are side by side and towards turn one. And look who's sneaking back up onto them. Avery Hart has begun to chase them down as Pino wants to lead, but Tashawn Green overshoots. Pino up the inside, great switchback, and into the race lead, Daniel Pino goes. And what has been a hotly contested race lead this whole event at Sebring, it continues on, and it's going to go all the way to the checkered flag, you would think. And Tashawn has really ruined his run because now he's under pressure from Avery Hart in behind down towards turn 7. Daniel Pino has just pulled the pants down of Tashawn Green. It's the only other way we can describe it. He has just pantsed him down at turn 3.
Are you saying he spanked that hiney a little bit there?
Oh, yeah. Licked the palm, full backswing, and followed through. He aimed for the front of Tashawn Green, but shot him from the back. That was how much and how hard he spanked him on that one.
I'm not sure I'm going to recover from that one.
I'm sure you will, don't worry.
Oh, my God.
But Pino has put himself in a monumental position now. 5 minutes to go, and he has got himself 0.7 of a lead over Daniel Pino. Nathan Biggett's in pit lane. You'd assume he's going to take tyres possibly because he's burnt up his set he's currently on. John Esparta, Michael Gallen are in as well. Ibrahim is out of this race after the off-track earlier on down at the Lamore corner onto the back straight. So Kane Crawford, from a single mistake from Biggett, has been handed the race lead and will be handed a race win. But he had to put himself in that position. He put himself in a race-winning position by sticking with Biggett the whole race. And right now, he is rocking and rolling to victory lane here at Sebring. But it's a rocky end to the GTDs because they are continuing to fight for any little position that they can in their race lead for the overalls and for the pro class as well. Any small mistake, any inch out of line, any small throttle input at the wrong point could make or break a podium finish here for that top 4 because they're separated by barely anything. I mean, it's roughly 3 seconds that's separating the top 4.
Yeah, no,
any
that's
mistake
amazing.
from any of them is going to take him out of it, especially with only 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to you got to like Pino out front with the lead. I mean, he's so used to running out front with a lead that, but I mean,
You can't look past him. You cannot look past him.
Been a weird year though.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Avery Hart initially race.
Avery Hart got all over the back of Tashawn there a couple times.
He's all over him. He's all over him like a bad smell. You could throw a blanket over him. They're that close right now. The only problem is you don't want to throw it over them and then have them start having a cuddle because it could lead to something you may not want. And in this case, it's an unplanned crash between them, we'll say.
Oh my God.
We are off the rails.
Yeah, no, you're off the rails.
Rhiannon made
Wait a
the
minute.
comment earlier.
Kane Crawford is in the pits.
Oh, yeah, he is. He is. We knew the leader was going to have to come back in. Bigot's already been in, so we knew they were going to have to come in, but it's only 5 seconds worth of fuel. It's barely anything. Rhiannon said it earlier on, Hamish is well rested. He will be a menace if allowed, and right now I'm unsupervised. So
Right, well.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Jason Blaine's paint job. I absolutely
really cool.
Love this livery. It's like a dragon skeleton thing.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
So what it is, and Chris Coy's running the same one as Avery Hart. Sorry, he's just gone around the outside of Sean Green, so change for P2 in the GTD battle. What it is, so if you look at Chris's car, you'll see it as well. It's the Rexy team. This weekend at Petit Le Mans are running a skeleton for the Rexy car and the Dragon car in the LMP2 class. So that's what they both are. So this is the LMP2, Spyro the Dragon or whatever it's called that they're running in LMP2 this weekend.
That's awesome.
And then, Chris Coy, not Chris Coy, who was it? It was not Chase Eisenberg. Who was it? It's John Weinrich, I think it might be. John Weinrich. There it is there. Is running their skeleton Rexy livery.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's what both of those are. I can't remember what the team's called now.
I can't think of the team. But anyway. I just want to give them a shout out because that is a really cool livery. As we're down to, is this going to be the last lap? Yeah, this is going to be the last lap here.
It's air racing.
Kane Crawford coming around to take the white flag right here.
Yep, 1 to go at Sebring. It'll go 40 seconds into overtime when we get back to the checkered flag at the start-finish line. Daniel Pino, Avery Hart to Sean Green are going to have one more lap to battle their way to race win. And Pino with 1.7 seconds right now, you'd put the house on him to take home the race win, Jim, because he barely makes a mistake at this point of a race, especially in a race-winning position. And Avery Hart might have some really good pace to chase him down. But it's one thing to chase Pino down. It's another one to get past El Dorado for a race win.
Well, he's chasing him down, that's for sure. I wonder if that lap car is going to play a factor in this. Oh, he is too.
Might be.
No.
As the LMP2 comes through.
Oh,
but
Pino
that has
ran
really
wide.
slowed up Pino. Here comes Avery Hart on the inside of turn 5. Pino's going to have the inside run at 6, though. They're going to be side by side down towards 7. Will Tashawn make it 3 wide, or is he going to be smart and back out of it? Pino covers the very inside. Doesn't want to give Tashawn a lick of a moment. Into turn 7 they come. Battle for the lead continues. Run around the S as they go. They're still side by side. Pino's going to have the benefit, though, of the next hard braking zone at turn 10. As Avery Hart comes through to the race lead with half a lap to go at Sebring. Can Pino get back by at turn 10? Inside line for the Merc. They're still side by side. He's going to have to wait now for Sunset Benjim, but Deshaun Green is hoping and praying he can get back past as here comes Pino on the inside. Still wants the move, can't quite get the drive out of the corner. They've been side by side for ages, but Kane Crawford, who's led the race for majority of the way, has taken the win for the GTPs here at Sebring International. As the battle for GTD supremacy continues on, they're still side by side. As running it wide is hard. Here comes Pino on the inside. It's a drag race to Sunset Bend. Are they going to make it 4 wide? 4 wide down the back straight nearly. Deshaun's had to back out of it for the moment. Who is going to get the benefits into turn 17? Here comes Pino. Inside line. Avery Hart into the race lead. He looks to have withstanded the breath of fire from Pino. El Drago has crashed and fallen. And Avery Hart has won an all-time victory at Sebring in an absolute classic for the GTs.
Wow. Holy shit. That's the only thing I can say. Wow.
What a well-earned victory for Avery Hart. What a race for the GTDs. Jason Blaine is just coming up to turn 17 now to take home the LMP2 win. But that there is as intense as it gets. For a race win, that will go down in the annals of history as one of the toughest fought wins for Avery Hart. Jason Blaine takes home the win for the LMP2s. Four-way battle, side by side, for I think I counted 12 corners, Jim.
Oh, yeah, man.
They were side by side from turn 5 to turn 17. Like, they were that there.
Holy
that was one of the
cow.
wildest races to the checkered flag I've ever seen.
Yeah, let's go back and look at like let's go back and look at that whole last lap.
Yeah, if we go back to like white flag.
Here, let's see.
And then click on like Avery or something, because that I think
Yeah.
we need to watch that back in the full screen, because
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
was massive. That was
So, all right, and
that was huge.
We want Avery Hart here, and let's go.
So this is where they're nearly 3 wide down towards turn 7, and you can see back there that was Michael Gallen trying to get past this battle. But at this point, if you're Michael, why are you trying to get past this top 4 battle for the GTs? You are nowhere near your class. Let them race. Just cruise back home. You're nowhere near the next car for position in your class. Just let them have it. There was no point to him doing that.
No.
And these guys are battling in an all-time race for a race win, for glory, and for what was probably
amazing.
our best battle we've ever seen in the GT class in the series. That was the best battle we've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like they were too wide for 12 corners. 12 corners, they were too wide. There was a couple little moments there where they were interchanged.
To Sean, I thought was going to send it right there, and then they go 3, and then it looks like they're going 4, and yeah, the Gallen just, come on, man.
I mean, like that there, and Pino could do nothing because he wasn't right up alongside Avery for the last corner. He just really couldn't challenge him, and once Avery got the run around the corner, he was never going to chase him down.
And then Gallen sticks his nose in there and cuts off Green and Luca.
Yeah, like why are you racing like that? This is a top 4 battle for another class, and you're getting involved. Like you are nowhere near.
No,
you're
for
like
nothing.
it's for nothing. It's not like, so if he was battling right with John Esparta for P3,
that'd be a whole different animal.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But you're not battling for anything. You have been in and out of pit lane the whole race and away from your class. Why are you battling and getting involved with a battle for a race win?
Right.
In another class.
And the reality is, who knew what was going to shake out with third and fourth there?
Exactly.
Yeah, because that could have really still been a 3 or 4 car race there, something could have happened that could have changed everything there. Wow. Okay. But anyway, that was a hell of a finish. Not to criticize the LMP driver too much. It is what it is.
No, but use it as a learning experience. That next time you're in a position like that, and you know that the top 4 in another class is battling, maybe just back it off and just cruise home.
Yeah.
There's no point for you to get involved.
So
he could have wrecked his own race and he could have wrecked theirs, and it wouldn't have been fair to those guys. But in terms of interviews, we've got our Pro-Am race winner waiting in the wings, ready to have a chat to us. Daniel Pino's joined in there, but unfortunately he didn't win for the pro class. So
we just have
we
to.
Have
we
got
have
Avery
to.
in there, though,
we have to do these quick. So let's bang out the top 3, the 3 winners. Yep.
So let's have a chat to John Weinrich, the Pro-Am winner here tonight. John, congratulations. Class and now championship leader as well. Congratulations on your efforts here at Sebring.
Well, did you pull him in?
With us, John? I did.
Oh, there you go.
He's in here. Hello, John.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, we got you.
I had myself muted waiting for you guys. Oh, man, that was a fun race. I felt like I was by myself for a while. I think it's just the way I pitted and the way I came out. I didn't see anybody for the last 20 minutes of the race.
Well, that was certainly some other people saw. There was plenty of other action going on, some craziness.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I mean, the biggest thing that everybody just needs to understand at the beginning of the race is I always sit back and just wait and see what happens. Everyone tries to jump in there and go 3 wide, 4 wide in the start, and when you're doing these hour-long races, that's not what you need to do, and it seems to work out every time.
Right.
John, a very positive Pro-Am win for you tonight. You now lead the championship going into Silverstone next week. Wet race conditions next week. Are you confident in the rain, or is it going to be a bit of practice needed for the next race?
It's gonna. I feel that I'm gonna finish second to last. I am absolutely terrible when it comes to racing in the rain. So we're gonna see how it goes, but I got 2 good wins, and I probably won't finish very well next week, but hopefully at the end of the season it works out.
Well, who knows? It's wet weather racing. Anything can happen, and anyone can get taken out at any point. You still might finish ahead of. Jason Lepan and actually still lead the championship out of that race. So hold your head up high. It's a race where it's a bit of an X factor, and anything can happen. And it's a tough track, so anyone can get involved in
there's
anything.
There's a lot of good instructional videos, and you got a week to practice. You know, it's amazing what you could pick up from the right tips. So.
Yeah, I a couple, I would say about 4 months ago, before I got in with VRS and started doing one-on-one with their instructors, they've helped me a ton, and that's what I plan on doing this week, getting ready for next week.
Well, there you go. See there?
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for stopping in. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
John Weinrich is our race winner here tonight for the Pro-Am class. Next up, we have our GT3 Pro winner in what was an all-time battle for a race win, all-time battle for a race lead, an all-time race win, and is Avery Hart. Avery, congratulations. That last lap.
Am I in trouble?
No, you're not. That was one of the greatest final lap battles we have ever seen. Out of not even just out of the GT field, out of the whole field. That was one of the greatest battles for a race lead we've ever seen. You have earned that race win, and you have earned yourself one hell of a race victory here at Sebring. I mean, congratulations. That was one of the best comebacks we've seen after being in the wall, chasing down the top 3, getting involved in the battle, and going side by side for, I counted, 12 corners on that racing circuit. Talk us through it from your perspective.
Well, it was a lot because we started in the pits, and it wasn't just me. It was also Daniel Pino. That's why I was hoping maybe we could bring him in here too, because from his POV, it was wild too.
Well, if you want to, I mean, the problem is we're really limited on time, and we've kind of made an agreement with the league owner that we would just do the top 3. We love Daniel, and I would love to have him in here, but I'm just trying to stick to the ground rules that the boss has laid down. So unfortunately, we can't.
Sir, yes, sir. I got you. Understand.
But man, look.
But yeah, it was wild.
Wow. Yeah, we went back and watched the race, the lap again. I mean, just incredible, man. What a finish. So impressive. And look, Daniel Pino's no slouch. To beat him heads up like that, that's saying something. I mean, that dude's fast, man. That's quite a victory there. You definitely popped up on my radar for sure.
Yeah, it was it was quite the race, just because at the start of it we were in the pits because him and I were talking. We weren't even paying attention, to be fair, at the start of the race.
Is that what happened?
We were gridding. Yeah, and we ended up starting in the pits. I'm like, hey, Pino, we're in the pits, bud. So we just climbed back up to the front of the field, and it was a battle, because I stuck my nose in at the hairpin with Lucia there and accidentally took her out. And then, I ended up seeing that she climbed back up towards the front there after I spun out, and it was just a battle. I mean, I was burning my tires like crazy.
Well, I just learned something new there. I did not know that's how you pronounced her name, and I did not know that Lucia was a female. So that's two pieces of information that I just gained right there. So
Well, that there is some good information for us to have.
it is indeed
So-
that we can stop calling her Luca.
Actually, what we just learned is that Lucia now shares a name with the next GTA protagonist. So,
Right.
that works out quite well for us to know that at least. But
yeah, no, man.
Avery,
Look,
what a win!
What a win, man! Congratulations, dude.
That was
that's
insane.
that goes down arguably as because it was also Tashawn was in there, and at one point Lucia pushed her nose in there, and it looked like it was going to be 4 at one point. And had that LMP2 car not got involved, I think we could have possibly had, a little more of the 3 to 4 cars involved there. So that's arguably the best lap I've ever broadcast. That was so much fun. Yeah. Congratulations to all 4 of you. I know y'all are going to watch this back, especially. Congratulations to all 4 of you involved in that last lap. That was phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate it. And thank you guys for putting on this broadcast. It's been great to watch.
Well, you'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy this one.
Oh, you will. You will. Avery Hart, our GTD Pro winner here this evening. Congratulations to Avery. Next up, we have our LMP2 race winner here this evening in Jason Blaine. Jason, congratulations. A race win for yourself, rocking the AO Racing Dragon Skeleton livery here tonight. Congrats on that win. Are you hoping now that you've put a bit of winning energy in that car? Do you think that could now put some winning energy in that car for the Petit Le Mans this weekend as well?
Apparently, he has you muted as well.
Apparently,
either that or he's watching the broadcast.
Go ahead and ask it one more time. I had myself turned down.
No, you're all good. I said you've taken a very impressive win tonight at Sebring in the AO Racing Skeleton Dragon livery. Hoping now the winning energy you've put into that fossil of a car will now translate into a win for them this weekend out at the Petit Le Mans.
I mean, I enjoy Road Atlanta, so I have no doubt that both of their skeleton liveries can definitely make a charge for the win this weekend. But definitely a win here. It was about putting my feet on the ground and just putting in laps and keeping it as consistent as possible, getting through traffic. When Daniel hit the wall going into the coming into the green flag there, it was just going to be a battle of endurance and just getting through and making sure that the pit stops were timed up in the fuel and just kind of guessing as to what he was going to do and try to move first and make him react to how I wanted to run the race, and it ended up working out by a few seconds there.
Talk us through your race, because obviously this is one of the toughest circuits to deal with traffic because opportunity really to get past them.
You cut out bad. Your mic cut out bad.
Oh, did I? Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Talk us through your race then, because this is one of the toughest tracks to deal with traffic, and if you aren't past them by turn 7, oftentimes you're having to wait until the back straight to really get by. How was dealing with the traffic and dealing with the contamination of the traffic as well, and trying to find the best way through across the race, not just past the GT cars, but being involved with those GTPs as well, trying to get by you?
It might sound odd, but it's one of the things that I don't really have a concern about. I kind of have always looked at my driving in a way ensuring I am 1, 2, 3 corners ahead. If I see that this GT3 car is going to go in on, brake late and it's going to have to swing across, I'm going to anticipate what that slower car is going to do. And then at the same time, obviously GTPs, you have to kind of learn some of that trust and put your car where you want it, because at the end of the day, it's their job to pass us. Now, that doesn't mean put it recklessly, but put it where you want and don't move it. You do that, they're going to get around. Yeah, you might have to brake early, but at the same time, braking early in that situation is going to end up slingshotting you through the corner. So it's all a mindset of keeping consistent. Sebring's a beast. I love it personally. Give me 3 or 4 laps, get me in a rhythm. At that point, it's game time. It's just a flow, it's a motion. Keep your head up and drive the car like we've done for years. I mean, beyond that, I just love racing. So that's what it's about.
Well, congratulations, man. Good run tonight. Love that livery too. So, yeah, that's awesome. You definitely put on a show. We tried to show you as much as we could. We had some crazy battles in GTP and GTD for the lead of the race. Like, they lasted a lot longer than normal. So, but
Hey,
yeah.
sometimes it's not always about who you're around, but take a look at some lap times and you might see some consistency that that is impressive to somebody that may not be always interested in a wheel-to-wheel battle, because there's always those out there,
No, that's
especially
true.
in this class.
That's true. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. All right, buddy.
Guys,
Congratulations.
it's a pleasure. Thank you guys for everything. It's always fun to watch it, and keep it up. And thanks for everything.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Well, next up, we have our race winner here this
Can you
evening
believe
as
it?
part of the GTP class, and overall.
I didn't think this person actually existed.
Oh, apparently they do, and we get to talk to them for the first time now. Kane Crawford, congratulations, race win. He came in as an unknown last season, a bit of a sneaky ghost at the end of the season,
Yes,
where there was nothing on the line
mystery.
for you. A mystery man himself, and now you're back and you're battling away for a championship this season. It took yourself a very impressive race win here at Sebring. You were battling away with Nathan Biggett for a fair majority of the race until he made a mistake at turn 7. You came in for your final pit stop and you got the car home. Talk us through your race here at Sebring and how the preparations were across the night and getting yourself prepped for this race and getting yourself prepped to try and battle away for a race win.
Hiya, how are you doing? You alright? Yeah, I honestly didn't get much practice in before the race because I've been tired from doing other stuff and a bit sore. So yeah, I was prepped before driving, and then yeah, just kind of worked out.
Well, it's good to see you. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say you've just brought the brought the royalty to the grid and just destroyed a heap of Americans and Canadians and South Americans and such. But I mean, talk us through it. I mean, it was you've been racing other stuff, and then you come in and you win at Sebring. We're at what would be your home race next week at Silverstone. Is there a bit of pride in there in trying to win out at Silverstone next week?
I don't really like Silverstone, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. No, it kind of just worked out really. And I saw later that Biggett had a bit of a spin, so that really of course played in my favor. It was really hard battling with him, really clean racing as well, so I like that. Yeah, it's good to have somebody to battle with so close. He kept me on my toes that race. I was a bit worried.
Well, we've been waiting on the battle to materialize between the three of you, since Nathan joined this class this season. We obviously know how fast he was last year in the GTD Mustang. And, you came in last year, kind of a mystery guy, didn't come talk to us after you win. And, you're running under an assumed name and all that stuff, and, it was kind of cool, but and glad to see you came back for the full season this year. And, but you and Tim had some great battles last year. And we were really just, hoping to see that three of you get up there and get after it for a while, but it hasn't materialized yet. One of you seems to be off the pace each week, but yeah. I'm sure it's coming eventually.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. I kind of so I come in under a different name because I was wanting to just keep different stuff separate. It's a different account as you was told, but yeah, it was for a reason really. But yeah, because it kind of was told how it was. I changed my name back and stuff. And yeah, but it's a different account, but it's the same rating as the other. So I try and keep them similar ratings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just how being tryhard. So
right.
yeah, no.
Are you from Birmingham?
No, I'm not. No, I'm north of
Okay.
that place
Okay.
called Cumbria.
Okay.
Yeah, like, do you know where Newcastle is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like west of England from there, like just over opposite side.
Okay.
So
Yeah, man.
the flag that you have up there, what is the flag that you have?
It's just the iRacing one because it's just
Oh,
the second
okay.
account again. So I tried to keep like my other account like separate, but it kind of got like told, which was unfortunate. Like it was told on stream. I heard it out. I've been hearing your work. I respect it. Hunting for the drama and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was good fun. It was, guy
I get
he
it.
won't come talk to us. He's up there. He's messing around with the pace car, wins the race, comes in fast, doesn't come talk to us. It was
Yeah.
it kind of had that. Well, you're not gonna know this reference, but it kind of had that Racer X from Speed Racer kind of mystery to it. It was
Right
it was
on.
kind of fun. And we enjoyed that last year. It threw some fun in there at the end of the season a little bit. That was it was good. It was good
Yeah.
fun. So
No, definitely, it was a rough start of that season. Like, I jumped the first race because I didn't know the rules, and the rules weren't like I couldn't. There was no rule book
Right.
like now that is in the Discord, so
yeah,
I didn't know
there's
how
a rule
you
book now.
guys.
A lot of pages.
Yeah, yeah. I've read it thoroughly just to make sure I'm in the right. Yeah. So I didn't know like you guys set up on the green. So I corrected that the second race, and then the second race I don't know entirely. Like I'm not gonna. I felt like I did nothing wrong, so yeah, it was deemed as I did nothing wrong. So yeah.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
we were just joking about the pace car thing, when you were running up there playing with the pace car. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was. To be honest, I don't even remember you jumping the start on the first one.
No,
honestly.
me neither.
I just remember that you showed up. Nobody knew who you were, and you didn't talk to any of us, and you were really fast. And so
Yeah.
that it's
Cheers.
not usual that somebody just comes in and is the fastest guy in a field of fast guys. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so that was a little surprising, but I'm thrilled to have you back for this season, and
Yeah.
I look forward to these kind of battles all year long. You with Nathan and Tim, it's going to be GTP is going to be really exciting this year. So congratulations.
Cheers.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
All right, man. You too.
Peace.
Thank you,
Bye.
too. Well, the man, the mystery,
I know, right?
finally has a name and a persona alongside him.
He
And
does.
he's a
I like it.
northerner.
Yeah, no, I like it. He's he sounds like a guy who's going to be fast in a race car.
Oh yeah.
All
He
right.
does
Well,
indeed. Well, that will bring an end to our broadcast here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. A massive thank you to everyone who's watched along with us. Big shout out to all the series sponsors here for High Point Racing, as well to our stream sponsors too, DRE Digital Race Engineer and Track Cams by Gourmet. Thank you everyone for watching along with us out at Sebring. We'll be back next week for Silverstone for round 4 of the IMSA Championship, brought to you by High Point Racing. This has been MotorMouth Broadcasting with me, Hamish Munner and Jim Cunningham. Hit the subscribe button, the like, and the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing. Next up on your docket this weekend, round 1 of the I2I Motorsports Truck Series comes your way. But it'll only be a few days until we're back with you again. But until then, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here with us. See you guys next week at Silverstone. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.